Hey, what's good, folks? It's RFG back at it today, and I'm here to go over this information regarding Buddha. Okay, Buddha is a very significant spiritual figure on this earth. In my opinion, Buddha was probably the most significant human in the history of this earth in the past 3,000 years. Okay, his real name was Siddhartha Gautama. And he was born in northern India, a country known as Nepal. Okay, his mother died 6 days after he was born, and he was taken under the wing of the rest of his family, and he was basically given rulership over his nation. Okay, and he ruled over that particular nation up until the age of 29. Okay. Buddha was 29 years old when he took a voyage to northeastern India, and he stumbled across an ancient temple. He went inside that ancient temple, and he found a book, and the book was known as the Dharma. Okay, the book was known as the Dharma. Now, when Buddha started reading this book, okay, it basically showed him and guided him with the information, okay, telling humanity what their true purpose was on this earth. The Dharma was a book that told humanity what our true purpose is on this earth. Okay, so that whole notion of Buddha creating the Dharma, that's bullshit. Buddha, okay, found the Dharma. The Dharma has been around for tens of thousands of years. Okay, very, very ancient book, probably top 3, top 5 most ancient texts on this earth right now. Okay, so when we look at it in a large perspective, the Dharma was telling us this. Okay, the Dharma was telling us that each human on this earth is a DNA strand on God's cell, which is the earth. Okay, so we are the cells inside of the cell. Okay, so basically, with all that being said, we are not supposed to be eating other cells. Let me repeat, we're cells inside of God's cell. So if that's the case, that means we should not be eating other cells. Other cells would be animals. Okay? We're not supposed to be eating each other. You understand what I'm saying? We're supposed to be taking in the energy just how the earth takes in energy. The earth takes in energy from the sun rays. Okay? The earth has an inner sun that gets charged from the outer sun. Okay, and we're supposed to be living off of that energy, off of those light codes. Okay, and I'm going to be breaking this down, how the chakra inside of our stomachs, inside of our stomach, called the solar plexus, proves all of this. Okay, so right here, okay, we have, this is what Buddha discovered. He discovered the process known as Inedia. Inedia is when a human, okay, just goes into a meditative state out in nature, grounds oneself out in nature, receives sunlight, oxygen, okay, and water, okay, and lives off of that energy. You see, this is why they call our stomach chakras the solar plexus, because we as humans are only supposed to be taking in the solar rays. The solar rays is what's supposed to be charging our brain in our midsection, which is our intestines. That's supposed to be getting charged by the sun, just like our brain in our head. You see, that's why they call it the solar plexus. That's what our real food in our stomach is supposed to be coming from the sun. So we, as humans, are walking, talking plants. Let me repeat. We're supposed to be walking, talking plants. This right here is the veins and arteries in the heart. Look at that compared to the roots in a tree, the branches in a tree. You can compare and contrast the veins and arteries in a human to the veins in a plant leaf. And it's the same thing, people. It's the same thing. Okay? We are supposed to be fully capable of receiving sun rays, grounding our feet in the earth, and, breathing in oxygen and living off of that. Okay? That process is called Inedia. Okay? Go look it up. Ladies and gentlemen, this is why the solar plexus, that's why they're called the solar plexus. We're supposed to be taking in sunlight as food. Okay, plain and simple. Plain and simple. So this right here shows it all. You see? Okay, the gut-brain connection. See? We have three brains. The brain of our lower self. Okay, the great median of our soul, which is the heart, and then the brain in our heads. But the brain in our stomach, right here, okay, that's called the solar. That's called the solar plexus. And that's supposed to be getting charged by sunlight. That's why the chakras in our stomach are called solar plexus. You see? You see? This is all ancient alchemy. This is all ancient alchemy. And Buddha discovered this. You see, Buddha went, supposedly, according to what's written down in text, Buddha didn't eat anything for close to 13 years out in nature, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, go do the research. Go do the research. Okay, so I want everyone to know that, this whole thing is a process, and just if we're all cells inside of the bigger cell, we're not supposed to be eating other cells, and we're not supposed to be eating anything that would be considered the cell. You see, we're not supposed to be eating anything that would be considered the cell itself. You see, our DNA strands. Do our DNA strands eat from our cells? Do our cells eat our flesh? No, they don't. So that would be the same comparison as a human eating plants and vegetation from the earth. They're all life. Whether it's a plant, whether it's an animal, it's both a life form. You see? And this is what Buddha discovered at the age of 29. This is what caused him to leave behind his empire, to put all of his financial and all of his material wealth to the side, and said, I'm going to take on a life of spirituality, nobleness, justice, and righteousness. Okay. He became probably the greatest alchemist in the past 3,000 years. Okay. He discovered the Dharma and revealed that information to humanity. See, so if you really want to get technical, the religion that holds the most spiritual truth would have to be Buddhism, according to this information. Okay, there's a reason why you have the term Asiatic Moor. Okay, because all of the Asians, their DNA goes back to the Moors. See, the whole world at one time was called Asia. That's what the late great master teacher Khalid Muhammad stated. Okay, and I want everyone to know that there is a second sun coming back. There is a second sun coming back to Earth. Okay. I don't know if this is okay. It just loaded. Now the second sun, when it comes back, the Earth is going to heat up. The Earth's vibration is going to rise, if our vibration does not match the Earth's vibration, okay, we're going to be in some serious trouble. But as that sun gets closer, as the second sun gets closer, we're supposed to be rising up in consciousness and awareness. And so basically it's all a process. You go from eating meat, then you move up in consciousness, then you go to alkaline vegan. You see, then you go to alkaline vegan, get all the poisons and toxins out of your body. Then you keep moving up, you see. Then if you go to the equator and connect with nature, okay, you won't even have to eat anything, you see. But this is, I want everyone to know, this is all a process. Nothing happens overnight, okay? This what I'm talking about takes years. It takes years of practice, okay? So I don't want anyone trying to do, okay, this process right here inside of a city. See, this right here, nobody inside of a city, any kind of town or city, should be doing this, okay? Nobody. Okay, this is only for people who live near the equator, who have the ability to connect with nature on a regular basis, okay? Because if you are near EMF grids and those new fucking 5G towers they're getting ready to put up, yeah, I got a video coming out about them as well. Okay, if you live near any section of Babylon where they have EMF grids and artificial EMF waves, you see what I'm saying, hitting your body, this process is not going to work. Okay, you have to be near the equator, out in nature, and you have to be in a stress-free state, okay, known as Zen. Okay, like I said, this is called Inedia. The chakras in our stomach are called the solar plexus because the real nutrition, the real energy that we're supposed to be eating is supposed to be coming from the sun. That's why these chakras in our stomach are called the solar plexus. You see, we are a walking, talking plant on this earth. Okay? So that's really all I had to say on this topic. My next video is going to be breaking down dreams in the dream realm, the fourth and the fifth dimension, and you know what our role is in this third dimension and how we can reach those fourth and fifth dimensions on a regular basis. So, you know, with all that being said, I appreciate everyone who supports RFG and Atlantean movement. Please like, share, and subscribe. It's the Chosen One, man. I'm out.